Hello everyone, welcome to the topic idioms and phrases. Let us see what are idioms. Idioms are groups or words that communicate connotative meanings as opposed to the literal meanings of the word. That means the meaning we cannot deduce the meaning of the idiom by just looking at the words. It has a different meaning from the literal words. So how can we know that? Actually, in the native culture of the language, and the natives know that. And we have to learn them by knowing how they have originated from. And the most of the cases, they are used informally in the most of the cases. They have a stronger meaning than ordinary words. They have figurative meanings and they are shared and understood by the people of that culture. In English culture. And what is the difference between a phrase and an idiom? As we already talked about idiom, it's a group of words established by usage. The meaning of the idiom cannot be deducible from those of the individual words. They have fixed meaning. Wherever we use the idiom, the same meaning will be there. And when it comes to a phrase is a group of words that stand together as a conceptual unit and can be easily understood. By looking at the words itself, we can understand the meaning. And let us see an example, then you will understand easily. Achilles heel. Achilles heel. This is an idiom. Can you decipher any meaning, deduce any meaning from this metaphor? What is this? Achilles heel? Heel, you know. So, the meaning of it is a metaphor for fatal weakness in spite of overall strength. Even though the person has a lot of strength, but he has a fatal weakness through which he has to suffer. The story behind this is Achilles was a hero of Trojan War. And as we have the great epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata, the Greeks also have great epics. Their famous epic is Iliad. It is written by Homer. In that epic, Achilles was depicted as the central character and a great Greek warrior. And what happens is, the story is very interesting. Zeus, the ruler of all gods who lives in Olympus, according to Greek mythology, had a son, had a daughter with an earthly woman. Then this Helen got married, but later what happens is Paris, who belongs to Troy, took her away with him away to his kingdom. So a great war was fought between these Troy people and between the army of Troy as well as the Greek warriors. So in that war, finally the Greeks win, and it is Achilles who killed Hector, the king of the Troy. But what happens is he died because of the arrow shot by Paris, who was the brother of Hector. So, though he was a very strong person, how he died means there is a story behind that. That is, his mother is Thetis, and she dipped him in the river Styx when he was an infant, She held him by one of his heels. When he was dipped in that river, the whole body became very strong, but the heel part, the water didn't touch that part because her mother held it very strongly, so that part became weak. That is what the story says. So here, Achilles, though he is so strong, his heel is the weak part in his body. Because of that, he died in the hands of Paris. So, basing on that story, if anybody says he has an Achilles heel, if a person is a very good man but he is a drunkard, we can say drinking is the Achilles heel of someone. So, this is the only weakness. And in the same way, when it comes to phrase, you see the example, once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon means blue moon when it comes very rarely. It's not a regular routine thing. So if anything happens very rarely, by seeing at the words itself we can say it is very rarely. For example, it's better if I use Telugu, you can understand well. You say, some people, some students also, they come to class, they don't come to class regularly. We say them ఎప్పుడు వస్తారు అంటే అమావాస్యకో పుణ్యానికో వస్తారు. That means they don't come regularly. Now and then they come, rarely they come. Okay, that is phrase. When it comes, గాంధీజీ దేశ స్వాతంత్రానికి నడుము బిగించాడు. What does it mean? నడుము బిగించడం. Is he really tying his waist? No. Nadamu biginchadam means he decided to work for the freedom of our India. That's the meaning. That means it is an idiom. Okay, that's the difference between idiom and phrase. By looking at an idiom, we can't deduce its meaning. It has a back story behind it. And when it is a phrase, by looking at, we can get the meaning. Okay, I think you have understood the difference. If you see the Achilles heel and once in a blue moon, by seeing them itself you can say Achilles heel is an idiom and once in a blue moon is a phrase. Okay, now let us see some more idioms and phrases. Couch potato. Couch potato means a lazy person. For this also there is a story. It's originated in 1970 by a comic artist. Actually, he drew two people who are idle, inactive and lazy and named them as couch potatoes. From then onward, the comic became very famous, the comic artist. And then everybody started calling lazy people as couch potatoes. Like that, that idiom came into use. Okay, let us see it in the context. Raju got fired from his job as he is a couch potato. Generally, lazy people, no company wants lazy people to be in their company, no? So everybody wants only hardworking people, not the lazy people. So he got fired. He lost his job. And the next one, black sheep. Black sheep meaning an unworthy person. But how it originated, how it came, means generally people used to feed white sheep so that they can get white wool and they can dye it into whatever color they want and they can sell it. But occasionally these black sheep also born to a flock of white sheep now and then, and they are not no use because the black wool cannot be dyed. It cannot be changed into another color, and generally people don't like black color as they used to think it as a mark of a devil and white as a mark of God. So if that became, black sheep became a symbol for an unworthy thing. So later it became an unworthy person. Generally, terrorists are the black sheep of the world. Next, to smell a rat means suspecting that something is wrong. To smell the rat. How this idiom came is, it may refers to the smell of a dead rat, which is very horrible and indicates something out of place. Or sometimes it may be when rats are common carriers of disease for plague and for so many diseases, rats are the common carriers. Then people used to get afraid of these rats. So what they do is they used to smell. Then they used to use dogs to smell where these rats are. So in that context also it might have come into use. So to smell a rat means suspect that something is wrong. And I smelt a rat when he started being so helpful. Sometimes even selfish people help others. Why? Expecting something from them. So when a selfish man or selfish person tries to help others means then everybody smells a rat, suspects. Next, raining cats and dogs. Raining cats and dogs. What does it mean? Raining heavily. If it rains heavily, then we call it as raining cats and dogs. This phrase also came into use in the 17th century, England. In England, there were heavy rains occasionally, and in those rains, many dead cats, dogs, of the dead bodies of the cats and dogs used to flow in the water. As there was no good drainage system, the streets were very dirty at the time, so it used to happen. So the sight of the dead animals floating in the rainwater led to the coinage of this raining cats and dogs. So if it rains heavily, then what they see is the dead bodies, dead cats and dogs. For that reason, they used to call, whenever it rains, they used to say raining cats and dogs. So the raining cats and dogs means raining heavily. It rained cats and dogs in Hyderabad yesterday night. That means it rained heavily. Next, crocodile tears. When someone, even in Telugu, we say Mosalu kanneeru karchadu. Crocodile tears, fake tears. Actually, they are not really shedding tears, they are only fake. The ancient myth goes like this. The crocodiles cannot shed really tears, but the creature, what does it do is, it moans and cries to attract sympathy and help from human beings. Then if anybody comes on that way, then it snatches them and eats it. And finally it weeps. There is a myth. So crocodile tears became synonymous with feigned sorrow. It is not the real sorrow. So one more thing is, sometimes the crocodiles cry like a person in distress, not like a crocodile, but a person in distress. It acts. And when man come close to it, thinking that somebody is in danger, then it snatches the man and devours them and then shed tears over their death. That's the thing they believe. So they say crocodile tears means it is fake tears. We should not believe that person. That's the thing. The politicians shed crocodile tears for the migrant workers. And next, acid test. What is acid test? A test of reliability. This is this match is a real acid test for his career, means this is a very important thing. If he proves in this, then he will stand. There's a meaning. Actually, how it came is, in America, the peddlers, what they use is to test gold ornaments. They used to test them with the nitric acid. As gold is very inactive and it won't react with the nitric acid, but other metals like iron, copper, other substances, they used to react. So then they understand whether it is real gold or not. They can find out. So the term came quickly part of the English language, and it means a test of reliability. Now let us see some more idioms and phrases. Sailing in the same boat. It's a phrase. Sailing in the same boat. Be in the same situation. If two people are in the same situation, they are in the same boat as both of them got jobs. Both of them are in the same situation as they got jobs recently at a time. Next one. Fit as a fiddle means in perfect health. Fit as a fiddle. In perfect health. My uncle is as fit as a fiddle. Okay? Fit as a fiddle means in perfect health. If anybody is in perfect health, then we call him as fit as a fiddle. Eye to eye. Eye to eye means in agreement. Both the companies are eye to eye in their opinion. That means they are in agreement with one another. The next one, ride high. Ride high means very successful. Ride high means very successful. Mukesh is riding high in his business. Even now, in this corona period, Mukesh Ambani's shares, everything are riding very high. Geo TV, Geo channel, Geo internet, everything. Be at home. Be at home means be comfortable. Generally, when people are at home, they feel happy. When they go out, there may be some risks they have to face. So many unknown things may be there. When they go out, they may have to face some dangers which are unknown. But when we are at home, people will be comfortable. So whenever we are in a comfortable situation, then we say that people are at home. She is always at home in music class because she likes music class, so she's very comfortable in that class. And then black and white. Black and white is nothing but writing. In writing, if anybody says that we want this and that, generally people says write it in the paper. So you should submit the report in black and white, not just saying. You have to submit a report in a written report. That's the meaning. Next. Out of the question. Out of the question means impossible or unthinkable. Impossible or unthinkable. So coming to college in August is out of the question. No? In this August, the government has not allowed us to go to colleges or schools or any educational institutions. So it is an impossible thing. It is out of question. Going to college in August is out of the question. And at sea means confused and puzzled. Confused and puzzled state. He was at sea when the teacher asked questions. So if the student is not listening to the teacher properly, and when the teacher asks a question, what happens? The student will be at sea in a confused and puzzled state. And then make a mint. Make a mint. Make a mint means, mint is a synonym for money in early days. So she is making a mint means making money with sales from her latest novel. She wrote a latest novel and she is selling that novel and she is making money with that. And tread on someone's toes. The meaning of this is upsetting somebody. So don't tread on Ram's toes by involving in his project. So if he's doing some project, if you involve in it, he will get upset. So don't tread on Ram's toes. Next, above board. Above board means honest and open. The deal between two countries is completely above board. There is no secret. It is above board. There is honest and very open. The teacher's pet. Teacher's pet means favorite student of a teacher. Gauri is the Sanskrit teacher's pet. And leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds means rapidly in fast progress. Some people, even while learning English, they'll be in fast progress. Okay? Some business people, their business will be sometimes grow leaps and bounds. And here, Sita's health is improving by leaps and bounds. That means her health is improving very fast. Next, keep fingers crossed. Keep fingers crossed means hope one's plans will be successful. If we hope that our plans are successful, we says, I am keeping my fingers crossed. So he kept his fingers crossed that his proposal will be accepted. Thinking that his proposal will be accepted, he is keeping his fingers crossed. That means he is planning that he will be successful. Catnap. Catnap means a short sleep. Generally, cats are known to sleep most of the daytime. So, catnap means a short sleep at daytime. He takes a cat nap after lunch daily. To miss the boat or bus. To miss the boat or bus. What does it mean? Missing the opportunity. To miss an opportunity. If you don't work hard for exams, you will probably miss the boat altogether. If you don't work hard, if exams come, what will happen? You have to miss that opportunity. And again, you have to wait for another year. So that's the thing. Cold feet. Cold feet means discouraging. He got cold feet when he heard the news of his transfer. So he settled in a city and he got transferred to a village. What happens? He got cold feet. He got very much discouraged when he heard the news of his transfer. And blue blood. Blue blood, it refers to an aristocrat of noble birth. For example, we can say he is the blue blood in the town who belongs to an aristocratic family. Why he is called as blue blood means previously everywhere people think this white people skin with whiteness, that means white skin people are great people. That idea is there from olden days. So when in this, and not only that, generally workers, the hard-working people, when they work under the sun, their skin become black. And these people who sit inside their homes, their skin appears as white. Then when we see their skin or palms or hands, then their veins, the blueness, we can see them. Because as they are not black and they are fair, we can see that blueness of veins in their hands. So those people are called as blue blood. And next one is at one's wit's end. At one's wit's end means to be completely confused. To be completely confused. The confused student was at her wit's end. The student was at her wit's end. That means she got confused. Turn a deaf ear. Sometimes when we give complaints to others, they won't listen. So turning a deaf ear means refuse to listen. The management turned a deaf ear to the demands of workers. When the workers asked for the raise of their ways, the management turned a deaf ear. They didn't listen to the workers. So they refused to listen to the workers and their demands. That is turning a deaf ear. Next, old hat. Old hat means old fashioned. Her uncle is an old hat. That means he is an old fashioned man. And the next one is lion's share. Lion's share means greater share of things. Generally, all of you know, lion we say that it is the king of forest. Why? Whenever it kills any animal, it eats whatever it wants, almost a large part, and the remaining part it leaves. The other animals come and eat the remaining part. So the lion's share is a greater share. That's why whenever somebody has a greater share in any company or any bank or in shares, then we call that person has a lion's share. He has a lion's share in the company. And next, pillar to post. Pillar to post means one place to another place. He moved from pillar to post for a job. That means he was in search of a job and he moved to every place in search of a job. At sixes and sevens means in an irregular way, in a confused way. Farmers are at sixes and sevens due to heavy rains. We know how farmers work hard for our food. Because of them we have our food. We may pay money, but somebody should produce them, no? So, but after doing so much hard work, if it rains heavily, sometimes it may damage their crops. So they are at sixes and sevens due to these heavy rains. And the next one, heart and soul. Heart and soul means absolutely. He devotes himself heart and soul to his work. Some people, they devote completely to their work. So heart and soul means completely, absolutely. And the next one, child's play. Child's play means very easy thing. Solving problems is a child's play to her. Solving problems is a child's play to her. So, for Shakuntala Devi, for example, she solves any problem very easily. It's like a child play. Playing for a child is not a difficult thing. In the same way, doing things for some people is not a difficult thing. Bird's eye view. Bird's eye view. A general view. A broad view of the situation. We had a bird's eye view of London from the plane. If we see London from the plane, we had a broad view how London is from above. There's a bird's eye view. Bird has that view, no? Bird, it stands at a higher state and it flies and it sees things on the ground like that. Shake a leg. Hurry up. Shake a leg means hurry up. Shake a leg to catch the train because it is train's time. We have to go to catch the train as it is becoming late. So we have to shake a leg. Actually, how this idiom came means during the world wars, when the soldiers fight, the one country's soldiers with another country's soldiers, finally they fell on the ground. At the evening, people used to see of the both countries whether the soldiers are they are dead or they are living. They want to find out because of so much wounds they may be lying on the ground. So how they used to test is they used to shake their hands very violently. If there is any movement, then they think that person has life and he is living. So they used to take to hospitals and the remaining people, they used to bury them as thinking that they are dead. So that's the background of this idiom. And to clear the air means to remove tension. To remove tension. Open discussion may clear the air between the two countries. Recently, we had a tense and some atmosphere between America and China and India. We have that situation from Pakistan and India, but this time we had this from China. So finally, people thought that the two countries thought that open discussion may clear the air between the two countries, but still it is going on. Next one, to chew the cud. To chew the cud means to think very deeply. What is the actual meaning of chewing the cud? Generally, animals do this. Cows, buffaloes, when they swallow some food, again what they do is they chew the cud. They bring back the grass that they had eaten before, and that in Telugu we say nemariveta. So, and again they chew it, that is, they bite it, and finally they digest. So, this is nothing but to think deeply. We must chew the cud about the pandemic situation because it's a very unexpected and dangerous situations today. We have to think deeply about it during this situation. How should the education should be? How should we continue our education? What about jobs? Everything we have to think deeply. We have to chew the cud. And out and out. Out and out means completely from every point of view. Unpleasant quality. This is an out and out lie. That means it is completely lie. There is no truth in it at all. That is the meaning of out and out. Next, to come in handy. To come in handy means to be useful. The scholarship came in very handy to students. You experience it, no? For paying fee, for so many things it helps you. Eggs the grind. Eggs the grind means have a selfish reason. Have a selfish reason to do something. That is the eggs to grind. Environmentalists have no political eggs to grind. Generally, environmentalists, what is their duty? They try to protect environment. They are not interested in politics or any other things. They are interested in protecting environment and plantation, and all these things they are interested in. So they have no political eggs to grind. And the next one is to play foul. That means to do something wrong. Generally, when we see there are various kinds of people, some people they want to win only in a right way. But some people they want to win either crook or hook. So they play foul. Foul means doing something wrong. He played foul to win the elections. Yes, people generally play foul to win the elections by distributing money, so many things, by giving false promises. And sometimes in games also, the players play foul to win the match. So these are called as play foul. The next one, to see red. To see red means to be angry. To be angry. His criticism made everyone see red. His criticism made everyone see red. If somebody criticizes in front of us with harsh words, then generally people get angry. Not to mince matters. The same. Not to mince matters means to speak very bluntly and directly. No soft language. Very harshly, very directly. Sometimes truth, it may be truth, but we should not speak very harshly. So to speak very bluntly and directly is called as not to mince words. She doesn't mince words when she discusses politics. Generally everybody criticizes politicians, no? Generally people won't mince matters with them because they are public figures. Turn over a new leaf. Turn over a new leaf. What does it mean? Change for the better. When we see a plant which turn over a new leaf, the old leaf has gone, a new leaf means there is a change for the better. He has turned over a new leaf by giving up smoking. Previously he used to smoke. He had several health problems. For that reason he gave up. So he has turned over a new leaf in his life. The next one, rainy days. In Telugu also we have Vanakalam Chaduvulu, because it's very difficult to go to college or school or anywhere, and there also the facilities are not so good in rainy season. So rainy days are considered everywhere as difficult times, and especially in Britain, and they are called as unlucky times. Unlucky times. These are the rainy days in his career, means they are the unlucky days. His career is not at all good. That's the meaning of it. So next one, to bell the cat. To bell the cat means to take lead. To take lead in danger. So rats tying the bell to cat, it's a very difficult thing. Before they tie the bell, the cat will eat the rat. So to taking lead in danger, that means Malala decided to bell the cat against the terrorist. All of you know about Malala. She got Nobel Prize, no, Pakistani girl, but she boldly opposed the terrorist decision that girls should not go to schools. And to be in a fix. To be in a fix means in a confused and a perplexed state, in a dilemma. Dilemma means, we say in Telugu dilemma. Dilemma means not sure about anything, in a confused state. Bassanio was in a fix when the lawyer asked him for the ring. In Merchant of Venice, the story of Shakespeare, the Bassanio, his wife was Portia, and Portia came in the form of a lawyer, and she asked for the ring which is given to him by Portia at the time of marriage. So then he was in a fix because it was given by his beloved wife, so he doesn't want to give it, but the lawyer helped him a lot, so he was in a fix. Actually the lawyer was none other than Portia herself, but Bassanio doesn't know that. And to throw dust into one's eyes means to deceive. To throw dust into one's eyes means if you throw dust into one's eyes, what happens? They can't open their eyes. At the time somebody can cheat them or deceive them. Generally in Telugu we say kallalo karam kottadam. Karam kotte what happens? They can't open their eyes, then they can take whatever they want from them. That's the meaning. The taxi driver threw dust in tourist eyes by taking more money from her. When we go to new places, generally what they do, people do, they want to cheat the newcomers. They ask more money. That's what happened when foreigners comes to India, or when we go other countries also, we should be careful. And the Alpha and Omega. Alpha and Omega means both the beginning and the end. Actually Alpha and Omega are the first and last letters of Greek alphabet. We have English alphabet. A to Z we say, no? A to Z means completely. A to Z, all things are sold in A to Z shop. So in the same way here Alpha and Omega means both beginning and the end. And God is the alpha and omega of the devotees. Generally, devotees think of all any religion. God is the beginning and God is the end of this world. That's what the devotees think. Today, we have learned so many idioms and phrases. I hope you have understood all these idioms and phrases. First of all, let us recapitulate what we have learned till now. What is an idiom? Idiom is a group of words which indicate a connotative meaning, not the literal meaning, but a new meaning. And idioms are used generally by the native speakers because they are part of their culture. And when it comes to a phrase is also a group of words which has a meaning, which has not full meaning but some meaning. And by looking at the words of a phrase, we can understand what the phrase means, but not the case in idioms. And what we have learned several idioms. Achilles heel. Achilles heel means a fatal weakness in spite of overall strength. And once in a blue moon, very rarely. And what are the other things? Rainy days, unlucky times, to be in a fix, confused, and alpha and omega, both the beginning and the end, and play foul, doing something wrong, to see red, be angry, out and out, completely and fully from every point of view. So child's play, very easy thing. Shake a leg, hurry up, and chew the cud, think deeply, and at once wits end, completely confused. Lion's share, greater share of things. Pillar to post, one place to another. And like that we have learned so many, na? Catnap, a short sleep. Blue blood, an aristocrat of noble birth. And at sea, a confused and puzzled state. Teacher's pet, favorite student of teacher. And eye to eye, that is in agreement. And black and white is in writing. And couch potato, a lazy person, how this idiom came into usage. Also we have learned black sheep, an unworthy person, to smell a rat, suspect that something is wrong. And raining cats and dogs, raining heavily. And crocodile tears, fake tears, acid test, a test of reliability. We have talked about all so many 54, 56 idioms and phrases we have talked. And we are going to learn some more idioms and phrases in the next class. But what you have to do is, you have to practice them. That means while speaking, try to use them. Then you will become familiar with them. That's why I told the background stories also, how they are originated. As for example, couch potato, how it is originated by a comic artist who called two lazy people as couch potatoes. Like that. Even Achilles heel also, there's a big story how Achilles' mother Thetis dipped him in the river Styx, and how his body became strong except the place of heel. All these are, then we remember well when we have this how these idioms came into use. Okay, so have a nice day. Thank you very much for your patient listening. Thank you.